No, I was telling people.
That's like a stage director.
A lot of times the audience is like, oh, I feel like I'm at the desk.
Oh, okay.
So if you're sitting with your sunglasses and your first, hey, Gianna, good idea. First things first, like care package, all the stuff.
Oh, nice.
Okay, just an idea.
Let's get to the topic.
San Francisco's undefeated. Let's look at that passer rating. We've been talking a lot about passer rating. I can't see it with my sunglasses.
Yeah.
113. Pretty good. What did the 49ers prove? And also, I just heard from Dusty, you can't say that because Brock's not good and it proves that Mac Jones isn't good and they won. You can't say that. So say something.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say
anything other than that.
What I was going to say is that oftentimes in sports debates, Coach, we are debating something that we can never actually prove.
Yeah.
We're never going to get the perfect scenario to test out our thesis.
Control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why science is better. Like you can, you can set up a.
sports.
Yeah. Well, it's better to prove things, right? Serendipitously, with the San Francisco 49ers, we have gotten it. We got to see in real time what would happen if you dropped in a quarterback that Brew and I both agree and have hours of tape of us both saying is not good.
Pro Bowler.
And Brew, literally, because hold on, wait, no.
Right, he won 10 games.
No, you guys,
he beat out Cam Newton.
We can do this all with smiles, but he's going to play for another month. And I very strategically and purposefully asked you, Brew, before this year started, we both agree Mac Jones is not good, right? And you were in lockstep with me. We
got the video?
No, I don't have the video right now. And what we saw was, even though he didn't even have, as we would say it, many of the Avengers at all. He had Kyle Shanahan and Christian McCaffrey, and it was enough for Mac Jones to look really good. It's almost as if, Coach, there's a lot of quarterbacks that as long as they have a starting caliber at any point in them, if you drop them into Kyle Shanahan's system and they have just enough help, they can look really good. And so, to go back to a real argument we had, it's another reason why I would have maybe waited to pay Brock Purdy, because I think you could maybe get this level of production from a guy like Mac Jones.
This is one game. Brock Purdy has done it for 3 seasons.
Well, last season he didn't do anything like this.
But he did it the year before. He got him to the Super Bowl. Is Mac Jones going to be top 5 in MVP voting?
No, but is Brock Purdy ever going to be again? No,
well,
I don't think he ever
but he has done it.
Yeah.
Is Mac Jones going to lead them to the Super Bowl?
Well, I don't think Brock Purdy led him to the Super Bowl. He was the quarterback.
He was in the Super Bowl, left the field with the lead.
Yeah.
You think Mac Jones could do that?
Well, I didn't think Brock Purdy could do that. So maybe.
And I'll give you a list of names who couldn't do it.
They weren't starters.
C.J. Beathard.
No, we're not at the
Brian Hoyer.
You got to move on.
No.
Nick Mullins.
Those guys
Trey
weren't
Lance.
starters.
Trey Lance, who you thought was all that.
Those guys weren't starters, bro.
I mean, my goodness.
I thought it was a really nice game for Mac Jones.
Thank you.
And I'm happy that he had that, and it was nice to hear his comments on it, how he got his confidence back. But to put in perspective, I imagine New Orleans is going to be in the running for the #1 overall draft pick. And when you watch this game, at the end of the game, New Orleans had the ball with a chance to win. So it's not like they just went out and lit it up. And having Christian McCaffrey is a little bit like a cheat code, because you just hit the check down, and then he goes and does really good things.
You can't say thank you to that. That's the whole point.
So
Mahomes doesn't have anybody, and you see how he's looking out here. I mean, come on, you need help.
But the whole idea of the years of arguments have been that Shanahan's system plus a modicum of talent, much less an embarrassment of riches.
That's not the case.
It's just CMC.
Right, and look what he did. So imagine if he had the whole
But
crew.
no, Nick,
Exactly.
your argument has been Purdy's had all this help. Everybody needs help. Mahomes has had tons of help.
And maybe,
I'm not saying he's as good as Mahomes. I'm just saying.
Mac Jones has matured, just like we saw with Sam Darnold, just like we saw with Geno Smith. These guys can get better as they stay in the league longer.
Mac Jones played well in Jacksonville last year. He and Brian Thomas clicked.
He didn't
really play that great, to be honest.
He was almost as good
San Francisco hosts the Cardinals next week.
I just
2-0 start.
If Mac Jones comes in and cooks and plays really well, and that doesn't move the argument at all that maybe the system quarterback label is fair, then nothing will.
Drew Bledsoe
But
was
you
a
you
great
said
quarterback.
what you wanted to see from Purdy was comebacks, adversity.
Oh, here we
he
go.
did that, and I had to bring out the goalpost.
We got to go to the Steelers. Steelers give up 30
You
points.
always just looking for some way to
But we're
reason to
counting
pull a
on.
dude down.
We're counting as part of those 30 points that the defense gave up one of the sillier touchdowns of the week when the Seahawks scored on their own kickoff. Rodgers did get picked off twice, and says, "You know what? This loss actually might have been good." Take a listen.
No, it's week 2. Come on now. Come on. It's week 2. I mean, like, it's good for us. Last week, probably there were some people who were feeling pretty good because everybody outside the building is talking about how great we were on offense and 34 points. That's the league. You can't ride the highs or ride the lows. You know, you gotta refocus every single week and be a professional.
Interesting. You buying this was a good loss?
No. I also don't listen. If people didn't watch this game, Rodgers was not as good as those numbers, and those numbers weren't good.
The numbers weren't good.
I think it was either a 46 or a 64-yarder to, I think, Jalen Warren that, provides the lion's share of that. It was a lot of nothing, and he once again got hit a fair amount. Like you guys mentioned, he threw the picks, and they need Rodgers to be quite good. And because I think we now have 2 games of evidence that they're not going to have a top, let's just call it 5 defense in the NFL this year.
Yes.
I think that, and again, you're right. They have 24 points. You know what I mean? The 7 on the kickoff is not on the defense at all. It's not on anyone on the team except for the kid who forgot it was a live ball. But still, the defense has not been impactful in either of these 2 games. And in my opinion, they've played 2 offenses that are likely to be not in the top 15. Like the Jets offense is not going to be very good. I think the Seahawks are going to be a defensive-minded team. You know what I mean? So, no, I do not buy that this is good for the Pittsburgh Steelers at all.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's good. I thought Rodgers, too, I thought he kind of threw Calvin Austin under the bus. Did you see that?
The young kid?
Here's the comment on the interception in the end zone. Here's what Rodgers said.
Cal is the best kid ever, but he probably should have just stayed in the flat there. He knows it. I mean, or he was kind of stealing it from Pat, or just catch it, put it away, score a touchdown. But Cal's the best kid, and it sucks because he's such a great kid. But unfortunately, that whole sequence, took points off the board.
You hated that?
I mean, look, I don't know what but it looks like Calvin Austin was in the way. I'm just saying, do you have to bring that up? You know what I mean?
I'm
publicly.
so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, because it takes it wasn't my fault. It was his fault. But you're saying it in a way like he's such a great kid.
I think it is his fault.
But do you have to say it publicly?
So I went through and I've read Aaron's comments. I'm like, oh, these are actually really good comments. He was talking about how they can do better on early downs, and it could be him. It could be, one guy in the old line. It could be, and I'm like, oh, okay, these are all very reasonable. And then he started talking about, hey, that Cal, he's a great kid. Let me tell you how great he is. But it was also his fault and not my fault. So I agree with you. I really was hoping that he was going to go through a whole comment range without throwing anybody under the bus. But the problem they have, Rodgers under pressure was 3 for 11 for 36 yards, 1 pick, a 2.8 passer rating with 3 sacks. So when that happens, it's like sharks to blood in the NFL. So if you have a problem with something, everybody goes after it until you prove that you can fix it. And so now when you're starting to throw these numbers out, he's been sacked 7 times in 2 games, which is the 4th most. So that problem is going to continue to be given to him until he shows he can make you pay for it.
Guess who leads the league in sacks? The New England Patriots.
Is that who they play next?
Yes. The Steelers in Foxborough. So it'll be interesting if they can solve that, but the Patriots been getting after it.
Listen, if I'm the Steelers, I have seen concerning signs things that would worry me about Rodgers' ability to make it through the season in both games.
Oh, that's
Even the game where they scored a bunch of points and Rodgers was throwing the ball great, he is just getting hit a ton. He is, and
it's an O-line thing or a Rodgers mobility thing?
I think it's both. You know what I mean? I don't think they have a great O-line. I also think that Aaron.
Probably Calvin's fault.
I mean, I think it's a combination of all those. And I think that there's also a slight element of Aaron not fully realizing or accepting that he's not as escapable as he once was. You know what I mean? Like, it's all of those things. And the Calvin Austin thing, the only part about that I really didn't like was, like, what's the threshold for NFL, like how long you've been in the league or how old you are, to where being called a kid repeatedly is insulting? Because when I looked it up during the comment, I was like, man, I thought Calvin Austin was like a veteran player, and he's 26. So like that was the other like.
Yeah, but compared to.
No, I understand. So maybe that's what it is.
A kid.
But
I just don't think you need to bring that. Like, just take it yourself.
Just be like,
I mean, Patrick, when he was asked about the Kelsey interception, just was like, I threw a bad ball.
Which was
I needed to have the ball lower and closer.
In a meeting, Brew was calling me a kid the other day.
Well, that makes sense.
A great kid or just a kid?
He's like, oh, Wild's a good kid. He hosts the show. I was like, wow, thanks, bro.
Really great kid.
Veteran leadership. Malik Neighbors, top 3 wide receiver
On the board.
I think I'm going with that. Don't say it's
Keep bringing this up. Yeah. It's fluid. After the top.
You gotta look it up sometime.
Let me see.
Or no, not on.
Did you search cool outfit?